It's really important for our churches and our pastors to make sure that their accounting practices at the local level are well taken care of. Jesus spoke a great deal about how we handled finance and our personal stewardship. I think it's imperative for us at the church level to make sure that everything that we do is above reproach. Recently, we've just had to engage a forensic auditor to work over the books of one of our churches because of some real serious financial issues. It's heartbreaking to see what has been lost and wasted. The issues that are there could have been avoided had there been sound accounting practices and had there been good financial accountability and checks and balances. Uh, I recall at one of the churches that I served a number of years ago, I found the treasurer who was opening offering envelopes and paying bills by cash out of the offering uh, as individuals came with receipts and sometimes not even receipts. I informed him that that just was not acceptable, that everything had to be documented by check, by receipts. It was imperative for us to do that if we were going to be able to maintain our tax exempt status and financial integrity as far as the viewpoint of our constituency and the congregation. So, pastors, we've got great resource people around the district. We've got individuals who can give great counsel. Rich Hammer, our legal counsel for the Assemblies of God, has issued countless bulletins and articles about how churches should manage their finances. I encourage you that if you don't have a budget, if you don't have a procedure and policies for how offerings are counted, that always having two people in the room whenever finances are handled to make sure that there are checks and balances on payments that are being made, and then having somebody audit the books, whether it's a professional auditor at the end of the year or having someone who is skilled in accounting to look over the receipts and the invoices and the ledger for the year. It's very important. And the more we are transparent and share those things with the congregation that we're doing things properly and above board, the more comfortable they're going to feel, the more confident they're going to be in being faithful in the area of stewardship regarding God's tithe and their offerings. So if you need guidance, if you need some guidelines, if you need policies for your church on the handling of funds, the depositing of funds, to make sure that there are no payments that are made without receipts, and that as much as possible, very little is done on a cash basis, but checks are issued so that you can maintain a safe tracking of what all expenditures are. If you need any help in that regard, any of us at the District Ministry Center can help, or we can refer you to someone who is able to give you some help and guidance and resources at your local level. I believe that based on what happens in our world, our testimony is absolutely tied to how we handle the finances that God puts in our hands. So let me encourage you to make sure that the house is in order, that there are no questions, and that you've done everything just as perfectly as you can in handling the responsibilities of finances that God places in your hands. When that happens, I know God can trust us with more because He knows we've been faithful to administer the resources that He's given us. And that's our prayer for you. God's windows of heaven will open and pour out blessing beyond what you can contain.